So this is the field out at Alicia, that 140-acre field that I took out of the lease. This little area where it looks like it's been mowed, it has been mowed a couple of times, and then I hand broadcast out about a 10 or 12 way cover crop mix right before rain. And there is some stuff coming up, different kinds of beans, probably some grasses, not sure what all. I'd have to look at the list to see what all's in there. I know there's supposed to be some daikons and stuff. So I'm letting that come up. While I was out here and knew I was coming, I wanted to try to get in a habit of every time I come out here, regardless of the reason, whether it's to mow or move something or whatever, to plant something. As another experiment, 2 or 3 months ago, I had got some moringa seed. I got them off of Amazon. They were being sold as a snack. So it's about $15 for like 700 seed. I planted about 96 of them in seed flats and got probably at least 75 or 80% germination. So here are some that had still been in the seed tray, getting root bound. They've been outside, really haven't been taken care of. So I either needed to pot them up or do something with them because I was going to lose them. I mean, they'd already served their purpose, their original purpose, which is just see if they were germinating. But since I had them and I was coming out, I thought, well, let's go ahead and plant them out. So I planted them out, put a green flag on each one, and we shall just see what happens. There is a creek on both sides of this, especially of this field, especially on the south end. So this time I brought some jars, went underneath the bridges, and got some water samples. I'm hoping to test these with some strips I got for nitrates, nitrites, and ammonia. If I can find them, I've got pH strips. And someday I may start taking samples and sending off to a lab. But I'll probably need sterile cups for that. Figure out, find the lab, and what I want to test for. Because I think just about every chemical test is, I mean, you get regular water quality tests, but to get for specific herbicides, pesticides, fungicides, all that stuff, each one's a separate test and they cost. And so probably, if I want to do that, instead of testing for everything, find out what's the most common in this area and maybe test for those. So once a month for a year, just to see what happens in the levels in the water. I think that would be some interesting information. Might be eye-opening. But I've accomplished what I need to out here today. We got a little bit of rain, just enough to dampen the top of the soil, cool it off, and I've got other errands to do. Okay, so I was able to do a little bit of testing, not a whole lot. I've got my testing stuff between 2 different places. For the nitrate and nitrite, I have these test strips. And for pH, instead of my good ones, all I've got is these Garden Tutor ones. Not really sure how good they are, and I don't have anything here right now to double check them against. I don't even have any vinegar or baking soda. But, so I've got 2 jars. One was the creek to the east and one to the west. And based on these strips, neither one of them had any nitrate or nitrite. I don't have my ammonia strips down here. And that actually surprised me because as much fertilizer is put out in that area, I'm not sure when they're putting them out, if it's close to the time, so maybe they have and it didn't wash off, I don't know. But they both showed absolutely 0 nitrate and nitrite. Now the pH on both of them, and there's 3 different colors to match to try to get it a little bit closer. These came out 8.5. Which would be pretty alkaline. That's why I mentioned not having any vinegar or baking soda, because at 8.5, if I had some vinegar, I would take some of this water and from at least one of them put it in a tube, put some vinegar with it, and see if I've got a reaction. If it was showing very acidic, then of course I'd put baking soda just to see, because I mean that's not going to tell me the exact pH, but if it's significantly alkaline and you put vinegar or some other acid in there, you should get a noticeable reaction. But I don't have any of that right now. I may do that later, as well as get my other test strips, just to try to, verify against that. But that's what I've got so far.